Well, today we're talking about my favorite subject, which happens to be motorcycles. This one today is a 2023 BMW R1250Rt that I bought new and has approximately 14,000 miles on it. I've also have a 2023 Harley Davidson Ultra Classic. Always kind of wanted one, but we'll go through that vehicle the next time. So BMW has this reputation for high miles and reliability, which I tend to agree with. If you look online, most BMWs will show more miles on the used vehicle market than most others. It's kind of known for its comfort and long travel. What makes the R1250Rt unique is that it's got this twin opposed motor. So the cylinders, they call it a boxer just because of the crankshaft, but it keeps the weight of the vehicle low, and it is a pretty lightweight vehicle. This vehicle, I believe with a full tank of gas, weighs 620 pounds. Contrast to the Harley Ultra, which is 930 pounds. So we're talking quite a bit of difference there. The option is a 719 with the paint job there. So it's kind of got these stripes on it, everything like that. Comes with central locking, so when you push that, it locks all your luggage system up and everything. It's a keyless go system, electric cruise control. This adjusts the windshield, which we'll look at in a second. These are for the driving lights, left to right turn signals, and then what they call here the wizard wheel. I've added this trunk and the backrest, something that's always kind of nice. It's got some pre-selects. Currently I've got it preset. Number 1 is the heated grips. 2 is the heated seat, which by the way, the back seat passenger also enjoys a heated seat. Like I said, adjustable electric windshield. So this vehicle, it's got all the aerodynamics built into it. So as you're going faster, the less turbulence you have and everything. And the windshield isn't really a gimmick. Down low, you're going through, it's a hot summer day, you want the wind on you, you can lower that, or you want to look over the windshield. And you can tip it up into almost a vertical position, which gives you the most wind protection. It's also got LED lights. These are the high beams. And as you turn the vehicle, the beam actually changes with the turn direction that you're going. It's got a unique front telelever front suspension. And in the back, most of these BMW touring bikes, they have shaft drive. And it's got a unique paralever back there. It's all electronic suspension. And it's one of the best electronic suspensions that I've experienced. I've had a few other bikes with electronic suspension. This is called an active suspension. So you set it up to the mode of ride you want. If you want it sport, you're going to have a pretty tight suspension. You're going to feel a lot of the road. And if you go into a custom or rain mode, it's a pretty gentle fuel mapping along with a very nice ride. It's very smooth and comfortable. And when I say active suspension, that's based on, I start putting luggage in, have a rear seat passenger, and the suspension will automatically look at the amount of sag that the rear shock has, and it'll adjust the preload for that, and it'll adjust the dampening. So it automatically will set that. And if you're set up for comfort and you get into a rough road and where you're almost bottoming the shock out where a lot of the travel is being used, it will start tightening that up for you. It's very interesting how it works. And like I said, you can really feel it. Now, unfortunately, because of EPA and everything, Euro 5, the one thing it had to do to maintain emissions, it's no longer just an air-cooled bike. It's got twin radiators. You can't really see those, but on each side you've got radiators, which means you also have a water pump, radiator reservoir, and all that stuff. So that stuff adds weight and complexity. The last BMW R1200 I had, which is sport touring, that's the category of this motorcycle, had air oil cooling, and so it used the oil to cool the cylinder head temps, which, all things considered, the lifelong engine, from having a water-cooled cylinder head, means it's getting rid of a lot of the heat where it's the hottest part of the motor, right? Right around where the exhaust valves are and stuff like that. The Harley incorporates something similar. On the lowers here, this is the same thing. You've got two radiators on an air-cooled bike. They call it twin-cooled there. They just call these the wet heads, I guess, is kind of in the BMW world. One thing that's really nice about these, and I kind of already unlocked them, is that if you want to remove the saddlebag, you're on a trip and you've got all your luggage in there, you just put your key in and unlock it. This handle comes up and your luggage case comes right off the bike. Okay, so you can carry that inside. Also, it just kind of makes it easy to get at adding air to the tire or anything like that. Very, very good bike. I always call this my coast-to-coast bike because it's got about 300-mile range and it gets up and scoots. I talked a little bit about the active cruise. This is the radar unit for the active cruise. I've had a few little issues with it. It works for the most part. The new version has a much larger radar in the front there. I think they probably designed this using parameters for the BMW vehicle car series. But, you know, being that you're going to lean the bike, it just once in a while it'll fail. There's no reason for it yet. I just turn the bike off for a little while and it kind of clears itself. So this has got the flat screen, which is kind of nice. Here's the whiz wheel. So if I go down into the menu system, go into my vehicle, you know, it's got everything that pertains to the vehicle, when your next maintenance, your air pressures, and when my next service is due. Talked a little bit about the electric windshield. See how nice that is? Comes up very smooth. What you do is you just adjust that till your helmet stops buffeting, and you have, you know, no turbulence and it's quiet. So that's pretty good. Now, part of the nav system, which I think BMW kind of blew on this, is that you connect it to your phone, which is fine. It's using the app. To pull it in, you have to have your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on, and it will display the map there. The problem is you have to download the maps, which I found a few times. It seems like the mapping is a little bit outdated. The problem is this is where your phone is supposed to sit, and it's way too small for a normal Android or iPhone to fit in. So it's kind of, I can slide mine in, but I can't close the door. And this is a fairly small phone. I don't understand what engineers did. Did you just grab the smallest phone one of you engineers had and decide, hey, let's make the pocket that size? Now, all of them kind of do it. My Harley is very similar in the same way. It's kind of an afterthought. The new Harleys, they have like a drawer. You could almost put an iPad in there. But there are some downsides. It disconnects, so it's not the most well thought out system. I just prefer like the Harley, hey, I'm using a GPS system for my mapping and everything like that. It just works, and it's a touch screen. This one here, you're manipulating everything through the buttons there. Overall, I'm very satisfied with the BMW. I would buy another one for certain sure. It really is a smooth bike. It's much lighter than most touring bikes, and you've got a lot of amenities, and the wind protection is awesome. The lightweight for handling, and look, this thing, it'll keep up with any of the best touring bikes, and it can ride just like a sport bike if that's what you want. So great bike. I've always liked BMWs, and I've had a few of them, and I would highly recommend this for especially sport touring if you've got some great roads to ride, but also as a cross-country machine, it's really unbeatable.